what we do not see. The red dust swirled violently outside the thin windows of the Mars exploration base, Erebus 7. The 6 of them had come to Mars on what was supposed to be a historic mission, a mission of discovery. 2 couples bound by lifelong friendship, Ethan and Maya, both biologists, Liam and Sophia, engineers and systems specialists, and their 2 friends, Daniel and Rachel, both historians with a focus on ancient civilizations. Since elementary school, they had dreamt of reaching the stars together. Now they had made it. But Mars was not as empty as they thought. It started on the 41st day. Daniel had picked up unusual readings on the scanner, a triangular structure buried under centuries of Martian dust. As they brushed away the debris, their eyes widened. A pyramid, perfectly shaped, perfectly symmetrical, impossible. "This wasn't built by nature," whispered Rachel. Carved into the black stone were strange symbols, eyes, triangles, circles within circles. "The Illuminati," Rachel muttered, "or something older." Inside, the air was thin but breathable. The walls were covered in hieroglyphs that pulsed faintly with an unnatural glow. As they moved deeper into the pyramid, Maya stopped. "Did you hear that?" A low rumbling sound, almost like breathing. Liam shook his head. "It's just the air shifting." But deep down, they all felt it. They were being watched. They reached a chamber with a giant obsidian altar. Atop it, a black sphere floated, spinning slowly. As Ethan approached it, the sphere expanded like a liquid and formed a hollow, whispering voice in an ancient language none of them understood. Maya pulled him back. "Don't touch it." Then the chamber lights flickered. The air thickened. The shadows grew longer. Rachel gasped. "Behind you." From the dark corridors emerged 2 creatures, tall, thin, humanoid but wrong. Their limbs were too long, their faces blank except for enormous triangular eyes that glowed pale white. Their skin was black like ink, absorbing all light. They were alive, and they had been waiting. The first attack was brutal. Sophia screamed as one of the creatures moved with impossible speed, slamming Daniel into the wall. His bones snapped audibly. Blood smeared across the glowing hieroglyphs. The second creature lunged toward Maya, but Ethan tackled her out of the way. Liam fired the plasma rifle, but the beam barely slowed the thing down. Its skin shimmered, absorbing the energy like a sponge. "They're not of this world," Rachel cried. "They were never meant to be found." The team scattered, running deeper into the pyramid's maze-like corridors, searching for an escape, or at least a place to hide. The creatures followed, gliding effortlessly through walls and shadows, their mouths opening into rows of rotating teeth, silently hunting. Time twisted inside the pyramid. The corridors seemed to change. Doors that once led to safety now opened into endless voids. The pyramid was alive, a labyrinth designed to trap intruders. Maya sobbed. "We'll never get out." But Rachel noticed something in the hieroglyphs, a sequence of symbols repeating near what looked like an ancient control panel. "They're instructions, a map. There's a way out." The group moved quickly, following Rachel's guidance. The monsters were always close behind, watching, waiting for one mistake. Sophia stumbled, her leg torn and bleeding from earlier. Liam refused to leave her. "We'll hold them off." "Go!" Liam shouted. Ethan, Maya and Rachel sprinted ahead as Sophia and Liam stayed behind, fighting with makeshift weapons. The last thing the others saw was the creatures descending upon their friends in total silence, like shadows swallowing the light. After what felt like hours of endless corridors, Ethan, Maya and Rachel finally reached an opening, a vertical tunnel leading straight up to the surface. But the final horror awaited them. As they climbed, the pyramid itself began to shift. From the Martian soil, thousands of smaller black creatures emerged, their glowing eyes blinking in perfect unison. The entire colony of creatures had awakened. Rachel screamed, "This is not a pyramid. This is a nest." The trio burst out into the cold Martian night, sprinting toward their waiting spacecraft. Behind them, the pyramid groaned and shifted. From the top of the structure, a massive eye opened, bigger than the others. The Master, the Creator. The Illuminati had not just visited Mars, they had colonized it. Millennia ago, and they were still here. The spacecraft roared to life. Ethan barely managed to seal the doors as the creatures slammed against the hull, trying to break through. The engines ignited, lifting them away from the cursed surface of Mars. Maya collapsed into tears. "We're safe. We're safe," she kept whispering, though neither of them believed it. Rachel stared out the window at the shrinking red planet. We weren't supposed to find this. We weren't meant to know. Now, months later, back on Earth, Ethan sits alone, writing down everything that happened. The official report will say Daniel, Liam and Sophia died in an equipment failure. The pyramid will be covered up, the truth buried. But as he finishes the last sentence, his hands tremble. He knows they are still watching. And then he writes, "This document must never reach the public. If anyone learns what we have seen, the terror will no longer be mine alone. The entire world will come to fear not death, but what waits in the shadows beyond death. We thought Mars was a dead planet. We were wrong. They are still watching." This story is written by McRoy Exclusive.